Hey guys, I'm here to get into the film Adaptation, which is directed by Spike Jonze, released in the year 2002. And on my last viewing over this past summer, this is one of the greatest, genuinely most mind-bending, perfect, uplifting films I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this completely transcended my world, and it still to this day does. I mean, this film is absolutely perfect at displaying kind of like a tormented artist type of character who's like in the middle, like kind of going through a lot of screenwriting block and just overthinking a lot of like random details, which is like little. Then it finds out it's like, well, he just kind of needs this like mutual understanding. And then he kind of learns along this journey that it was already there all along. It's just a lot of this is further enriched if he just further appreciates what he has been laid out. And this is just a mind-bending kind of film depicting all of this. I mean, Charlie Kaufman's, this is my favorite screenplay. I mean, it's a bold statement considering Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This is just beyond words. It's just depicting just one of my all-time favorite Nicolas Cage projects. I mean, this is just one of his greatest acting as he plays two different shades of himself in this, literally. This is just one of those creative, original films, most complete projects I've ever seen, which just kind of like looks at a lot of like, just it's like a feel-good take on self-loathing qualities during the creative process in a very unique level. Sometimes there's too much burden one can apply on themselves, and it's just simply like a place of just trying to entertain you with lightening up in perspective is just one of the best ways of the early 2000s I've ever seen. I mean, this really holds up as completely interesting and timeless. And I just really love this original awakening that he goes through here. It's very like much looking at like an anxiety, like home within an anxiety-ridden place that you could say he finds within his screenwriting. You could say I guess film was like kind of representing that place. It makes me think a film that also I associate it strongly with is Art and Think by the Coen brothers, and this just never really loses sight of just being a miracle of a project. Really, I mean, he just kind of like maybe figures out where it's too cheesy in a lot of ways. He kind of maybe like grows up from there by way of a mutual understanding. There's someone out there that cares deeply. He finds this family that changes his life in this film. It's just related deeply, very, very little person. Like it's very resonating the way this film portrays all of it. Nicolas Cage meets all these interesting characters. You kind of enlighten them in like strange ways, sometimes more like insane than others, but like it all kind of adds up to it a bit of an oasis. And like it's like just lightening up it in shades of anxiety. This is like kind of like where anxiety gets like depicting where anxiety can get gross, and it kind of cleans up a lot of it, you could say, in the most beautiful sense. I mean, it really does. Again, it feels like an impact that reminds me a lot of what P.T. Anderson was on to with Punch Drunk Love. There was something in the year about 2002 that's very strong about like just maybe finding like love and loneliness, you could say. I seem to be a strong theme in a lot of art that year. I mean, this is really life-changing stuff. Just like I just absolutely love it. Again, Kaufman's writing here. It's just it just feels like it's at its ultimate. It's my favorite Spike Jonze project, most definitely. I feel like this is his all-time best. I think late 90s, early 2000s was prime Spike Jonze era. I love Robert Cox's character is one of my absolute favorites because he gets in very personal places here. And I love this whole project. Like it's like the Kaufman kind of portrays a guy who's maybe just been suffering through ways of melancholia, but then he kind of finds through like meeting the right people here that you're having just the right mentality is everything that is needed in order for it to be perfectly crafted, you could say. It's just very entertaining. And there's just a lot here that's just important, essential, I think, to take it in this perfect kind of perspective. It's really one of Cage's best moments of all. So this is absolutely beautiful display of just kind of like joyful, like real awakening, you could say, in an anxiety-ridden type of person. There's just so much remarkable. Like there's so much, like I said, Brian Cox is just absolutely remarkable in this, as well as Nicolas Cage. I just absolutely love how this entire film plays out from start to finish, and this is truly mind-bending stuff. That's simply put, this is a life-changing, mind-bending masterpiece from start to finish.